Alright, I was only going to do one today. But I finished up my Gene Dawson video that's uploading right now as we speak. And I was bopping around Twitter, and I saw that 100 GECS released a video for the most wanted person in the United States, which is maybe my favorite song on the new album. So I'll be clear, this is not unknown to me. I haven't watched the video, but I do know the song. I was listening to it earlier today. But I want to watch the video, and I want to talk about the song because I really enjoy it. So that's where we are. All right, so we're doing the most wanted person in the United States by 100 GECS today. I got my coffee. I got a couple rules. As always, I'm not a professional. Please don't expect me to be analyzing this on a high level. I'm an enthusiast. I like music. I like to talk about it. And don't be a dick. I say this every time I do a video with queer people or trans people. We, on this channel, we support trans rights. We support trans people. If you have a problem with that, I could not give a shit. You can go to hell, right? I don't need you to watch my channel. I don't need you to watch my videos if you have a problem with the sorts of thing that I support. I'm not saying that to start a fight. I'm just saying if you don't like the stuff that I think is worth defending and fighting for, then go somewhere else and watch somebody who doesn't talk about these sorts of things. So I don't want to hear your opinions on trans people. With that out of the way, let's get right into it, actually. This is the most wanted person in the United States by 100 GECS.
I turned on the news and it said that I was the number one most wanted person in the United States. The United States, the most wanted person in the United States. In the United States, the United States, the most wanted person in the United States. Most wanted person in the United States. I got the gun in the backseat, ready to go, don't need to ask me. I got the gun in the backseat, ready to go, don't need to ask me. Yeah, you better watch out, cause I'm a real killer. Never fall asleep without my finger on the trigger. I just killed Bobby and I threw him in the river. Did it all again, then I made myself some dinner. Oh, now I'm most wanted. $10,000 for my body in a coffin. Driving towards the sun with my pedal on the metal. I can hear them coming up behind me and they're yelling, but they'll never catch me. Sleeping in a barrel at the bottom of the sea. Goddamn, it's alright when I come up to the top. Got dogs trying to kill me while I'm pissing in the car. I turned on the news and it said that I was the number one most wanted person in the United States. The United States, the most wanted person in the United States.
All right, that was a lot of fun. Okay, I got some thoughts. First of all, it does look like Dylan got some costume help from Gwar. For those of you who don't know who Gwar is, I've never listened to Gwar, but they are like hugely theatrical gore and strange costume mask sorts of stuff, like black metal band. That's what the face reminded me of, in the hands. A few things that I noticed. beating a dead horse. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but there was a horse that they kept kicking, and there is an expression about don't beat a dead horse. So I assume that's what that's a reference to. Bud Light's in the news right now, and as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have a very clear perspective on what I believe and the sorts of things I believe in. I don't drink myself, I never have. I don't really have any interest in it. But I could care less that Bud Light sent a 6-pack to a trans influencer to try and generate some marketing. It's been hugely successful. Yes, there are some people who are mad about it, but anybody who understands how marketing works understands that what you want is people talking about your product. And people have been talking about Bud Light for weeks now. They've been complaining, obviously, and some people have been going the fuck off in public, like smashing displays and, causing all kinds of problems, getting themselves into stupid trouble. But Bud Light's doing fine. They're still selling plenty of alcohol. Stock price is still fine. So it's a bunch of sound and fury signifying nothing, I believe is how the quote goes. And incredible masterstroke of marketing by Bud Light. Because how much do you think it cost them to, I think they sent a 6-pack, maybe a 12-pack, I'm not exactly sure. But they just put together like a dozen cans of Bud Light that had Dylan's face on them, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the situation is. I don't follow Dylan Mulvaney really. But that probably cost them $20 or $30 maybe. And they've gotten weeks of press, weeks of people talking about, but I'm talking about it right now. I don't even drink it, but I'm talking about it because it's in the news and people are talking about it. And again, for me, I have no moral issues with trans people, so I don't give a shit. But it is an incredible example of buzz marketing, basically. It's buzz marketing, right? It is taking a very, very, very small investment, hitting the exact right spot that's going to get the most traction and going to get the most discussion of your product, whatever it is, and you get all of this free publicity. So it was a fantastic marketing move by the folks at Bud Light. And I don't know when this video was made, right? I don't know if this was made recently, if this was made after the controversy or before. It sort of I would lean towards it being made after all of the stuff went down with Dylan, because the Bud Light is sort of pointedly visible in the video. But it would also just be funny if it was sort of there's a word for this. I can't remember what it is. But basically, simultaneous development, right? This video was in the works, and then the Dylan Mulvaney stuff happened, and now you've got this video out. Now, let's talk about the music itself. The bass line on this song is crazy and infectious. It gets stuck in my head. It's simple, right? It's not a really complex bass line, but it is so catchy. And then you've got that wobbly, I don't really know how to explain it. It's like a bop it noise, that rattly wah wah wah, right? That's also really, really catchy. The song itself musically is fairly simple. Pretty stripped down for a GECS song, I think. But it is just, it's so catchy. That bass line, I can't get it out of my head. The sort of lazy vocals in like the second verse, right after Laura's done, when Dylan takes over, it's sort of laid back, it's sort of relaxed, not quite like on sedatives, right? Not quite like like Lil Peep, right? A lot of Lil Peep's stuff was very clearly affected by the medication he was on. But it still has this sort of lazy, drawling quality to it that I really enjoy. I think I said this at the beginning. I think this is my favorite song on the new album. I really like 757. I really like Me Me Me. I really like what are the other ones? I like Doritos and Fritos. Like, I like pretty much everything on the album, but this song particularly stands out to me as Hollywood Baby, Dumbest Girl Alive. Those are also great songs. This one to me is number one. I'm really happy that there's a video, because I like videos to songs that I like. I just enjoy it when artists try to represent visually their music. And I like 100 GECS sensibility. I like the way they put their videos together. This like DIY, shitty on purpose approach. Yeah, I love this one. Also, the line, I got Anthony Kiedis sucking on my penis, that'll get in your head. And it comes to me at times when I do not need that line to come to me, because I'm trying to think of other stuff. But I'm just sitting there, and then in my head, I will be thinking, Anthony Kiedis sucking on my penis. Don't know why Anthony Kiedis was name-checked, other than it sort of rhymes with penis. I don't think I have much more to say about this song. I could ramble, but I really, really like it. And the whole album is great. 100 GECS are great. Trans rights, etc., right? I know I said that at the beginning, but I'll reiterate. I do not need to hear your opinion about how you think trans people are degenerate or trying to groom your kids or any of that shit, because it's nonsense. It's lies. And it's not really worth my time to debunk, because the truth is easily available if you want it, right? But you don't. You want to be able to make one of the most vulnerable groups of people in this country, a very small minority group, you just want to make them a target. And I will not stand for that. So I've never really gotten any real pushback on this, and I'm happy about that. It shows me that I've sort of developed an audience that shares some of my priorities. But you know, I don't want to hear it, and I don't care if my stance bothers you to the point that you're like, oh, I don't want to watch his videos anymore. It's okay. I'm not making any money on this, so it doesn't really matter. For those of you who stuck around to the end, thank you for watching. I know I got a little preachy, but I feel like sometimes I need to. Have a good day. Stay safe out there. Drink lots of water. And don't talk to cops.